This is the Misfit Vegan Podcast, episode 308. This podcast was supposed to be with my friend Barbie, who came up with the subject of the hard facts about weight loss, even for a raw vegan. Unfortunately, Anchor is not letting her join me, so I'm going to have to do it alone. But that's okay. I'm used to working alone by now. It's been a few years. So the show must go on, and I will make sure that it does. Before we talk about weight loss, I want to preface by saying a few things. Number one, genetically, I believe our bodies have a predisposition to look a certain way. Okay? Yes, we can alter it, but it's going to take work. Really, really hard work. In fact, it can be so hard to lose weight and look exactly the way we want that celebrities go to extremes. Okay, do you guys know about this Ozempic shot? It was like trending on TikTok, hashtag my Ozempic journey. And it's trending, or it was trending, because this is what Kim Kardashian used to lose 16 pounds to fit into Marilyn Monroe's dress to go to the Met Gala and wear this dress for like 3 minutes on the red carpet. I believe she lost 22 pounds in total. And I only know this because I was researching for this episode. So this Ozempic shot, it's fascinating. It's actually a prescription shot that you get for diabetes. So if you have diabetes, you are prescribed this. And the side effects are really scary. Changes in vision, inflammation of your pancreas, kidney problems, serious allergic reactions, gallbladder problems, low blood sugar, which isn't that what it's supposed to, correct? Diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, and lots of other, I'm sure, long-term and short-term symptoms. And so it is something that is toxic for the human body and should never be put into anyone with any disease. You know, diabetics should not be using this, but let alone people that are perfectly healthy using it for weight loss. But that just goes to show you what is going on with weight and weight loss and how desperate we are to look different and weigh less, and we'll do anything. We'll destroy our health. And, you know, how hard it is, honestly, how hard it is to lose weight. And let me just share some of my journey, okay? As someone who I am not exactly where I want to be yet, you know? Who doesn't want to have abs and a big butt? I mean, some people don't want that, but what I want is a very small waist and a medium-sized butt, okay? I don't need to have a Kim Kardashian situation back there, but, you know, a nice butt. Who doesn't want that? Nice arms. Toned legs, okay, which I have. My legs, I have toned legs, but that's about it. And, you know, I have some excess weight on my stomach and my arms, and I have less excess weight on my butt. So if only I could put it back there. And, of course, there are surgeries for that. I was just talking to a friend who is going to remove her breast implants, and when she does that, she's going to get this surgery where you take the fat from your stomach and put it into your breasts. And it seems like a great idea, right? I don't personally need to do that. I would do it for my butt. But the problem is that there are serious, significant side effects to altering the body in this way, to taking these drugs, to going to these lengths. But the truth is that it is hard. It is hard to lose weight. It is hard to reshape your body because, like I said, I believe genetically we are supposed to look a certain way. So that means some of us, you know, relating to our DNA and our genetics, have bigger, you know, more excess weight around our stomachs. And some of us have more excess weight around our thighs and our hips. And some of us have very, very small arms. And some of us have bigger arms. And some of us have bigger chests and smaller chests. You know, bigger legs or smaller legs. This is just part of the beauty of how we are all unique. And unfortunately, we're all trying to look the same. We're all trying to have a small waist and a Coca-Cola shape, okay? And we're all trying to look the same. And women are especially damaging their health and their bodies and their self-esteem and their self-worth based on what they look like. Because society says that if you look a certain way, then you are more valuable. And it's not true. It's not true. You know, there's a lot of things in society that are not true. Society tells us we need to eat dead animal body parts to have protein. Is that true as well? No, it's not. I'm 13 years removed from eating dead animal body parts. 12 years on a raw vegan diet. So you cannot tell me that we need, and I go to doctors all the time. Not all the time, but I'm thinking about like my dentist. Okay, and I hear from doctors all the time online and through my friends that go to doctors, and they're like, you need to eat beans, you need to eat at least quinoa, complete proteins. But it's like, well, then why am I not dead? Why have I not deteriorated? Why am I getting healthier every day? But that's not the point. Let's focus on weight loss. So personally, I have struggled with my weight my whole life. And now, of course, I'm not overweight anymore, and I'm really grateful. And I don't know how much I weigh, but I always see room for improvement. I did get into the best shape of my life in 2020, and let me tell you how I did that. And then I'm going to tell you 3 ways that you can lose weight and get fit. And, I really think it's important, though, before we get into those things, is that your worth, you're not determining your worth by the number on the scale or the number of your dress size. You are worthy and deserving no matter what you look like. You're worthy and deserving of love and respect and the life of your dreams. And I don't want you to be losing weight to feel worthy, because once you lose the weight, you'll find something else wrong. And that's the damn truth. Okay? So when I got into the best shape of my life in quarantine, what happened is I quit my job. I've been working since 14, and I saved up enough. I quit my really, really good corporate job. I was the head of training and development for a raw vegan food and beverage establishment with almost 85 or 86 locations at the time. It's called Juice Press in New York and throughout the country. And so I quit that job and I moved to Florida. I moved to Miami. And it only took I swear it was like a week. And I was like, oh shit, what am I going to do? What am I going to do here? I can't just do nothing, even though I have this savings and, my rent was like $500 a month. Because I met someone at Woodstock Fruit Festival that lived in a beautiful 3-story condo on the beach, and she got she had an amazing hookup, and she hooked me up, and so $500 rent, and I had years of rent, okay, years of rent money, so I didn't have to work, but I like to work. I like to do things. I don't like to sit around and consume. I like to create, just like you probably. And so I started working out on Facebook every day. I started doing a watermelon workout on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, but mostly on Facebook. And then she wanted to do it also. So what happened is that I was doing my workout every day, watermelon workout challenge. It was a 20-minute workout. And then she wanted to do one as well. So then I did it with her as well. So I worked out 20 minutes for me, and then I did another 20 to 30 minutes with her. And I helped her with the workout, and I helped her run it and motivate everyone. And I did this for about a month. Okay, 2 workouts a day. And when I say workouts, I'm working. And I'm not playing. It's not a play out. It's a workout. And so I'm sweating each time. And they were usually back to back. So that's about an hour of working out. And so that's all I did. And then, we went for bike rides or walks, but I wasn't really that active outside of that. I didn't work and I wasn't on my feet all day. I was creating content and editing videos and things like that, living my best life. So after about a month, I stopped my watermelon workout, and then I just did the Facebook workouts with her. So with weights or body weight, there was always a plank involved, lots of squats and deadlifts and calisthenics, jumping jacks, crunches, things like that. Okay, so after 3 months of that, so it was March, April, and May. After 3 full months of working out 6 days a week, and the workouts were only 30 minutes, but they were intense, and I sweated every single day, 6 days a week. We just didn't do it on Sunday. Okay? After 3 months, I started getting ripped. I started getting fit. I started seeing my abs. I started noticing significantly my stomach was smaller, my arms were smaller, my neck was smaller, my face was smaller, and people started commenting, and my roommate and people online started commenting, and it felt really, really good. And people were like, wow, Jeanette, you're turning into a raw vegan supermodel. And my friend was like, wow, you look like a mini version of yourself. And then there was another friend that was not so nice. I'm not racist, but she was from Russia, and Russians can be a little harsh sometimes, I think. And so she was like, wow, you used to look like a value pack, and now you just look like a regular version. Something like this. She was like, no more Costco value pack, Ms.FitVegan. Now you're just a single serving size. Something like that. And I was like, okay. It's such a backhanded, harsh compliment. And I finally got the stomach of my dreams. I was getting abs, and I lost weight, and I did weigh myself, and I think I was at 120, and I was really ripped. I was feeling good. I was looking good, and I continued working out, and then I went to California. Sorry, this is a long story. Then I went to I'm going to get into the tips, I promise, but then I went to California. And we continued to do the workout, but I was helping my friend. She was donating her eggs. And we kind of had a little bit of a falling out while we were out there. I stayed there for about a month with her, taking care of her, giving her shots, taking care of, everything, giving her the hormone shots and stuff, and helping her out, supporting her. And then when I came back, we stopped working out together because, like I said, we kind of had a bit of a falling out. And I stopped working out in general, and I quickly gained the weight back, even eating a raw vegan diet. I have not faltered. I have not changed my diet at all, really, in 12 years. I mean, there has been times where I've tried to lose weight not eating fat for 6 months. That didn't work at all. I tried to lose weight by intermittent fasting. That worked a tiny bit, but I couldn't really stick to it. I tried to lose weight by, that's pretty much the two things I did, intermittent fasting and cutting out all fat. Those things never worked for me. The only thing that worked was consistently working out, at least 30 minutes a day, sweating 6 days a week. Sweating, though, okay? And I wasn't super active, but I wasn't super sedentary either. I went to the beach. I went on my bike. I walked. Sometimes we jogged, but very rarely. Okay, so now let's get into the tips, because I need you to understand that all of these tips work really, really well if you do them. And the second you stop doing them, you will gain the weight back. And that's just how it is. And listen, if it wasn't hard to lose weight, then Kim Kardashian and all these celebrities, they wouldn't be putting Ozempic shots into their fucking bodies. Okay? It's hard to lose weight in a healthy way, but it is possible. It is possible. They just, these celebrities, they want to do it so fast, and because she was presented with this Marilyn Monroe dress and she had to lose all this weight, and it's just so unhealthy. But the only thing that matters to these celebrities is money. It's obvious. And so I know that's not you. I know you care about your health, and that's why you're here. And I'm here to let you know that It is very possible. I am back to getting in the best shape of my life. And the way I'm doing it now is I'm going to yoga every day because I really enjoy yoga. I'm also working out 3 days a week with my course women. And so I run a food addiction freedom course. The next one starts April 1st. So I have 2 weeks off. And I will start doing workouts with them again Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And if you're interested in working out with me and releasing your food addiction to help you release the excess weight, love yourself more, be more confident, clear your skin, heal any health issues you have naturally with no side effects, okay? Because all the tips I'm going to give you today have 0 side effects. Ozempic has 1 million and probably ones that we don't even know. And so if you're interested in that kind of life, okay, a healthy journey back to health, okay, a healing journey back to health, then send me an email, jd@Ms.FitVegan.com. I have 4 spots left for my course that starts April 1st. And yeah, let's get into the tips finally. Okay, my number 1 tip to lose weight is to work out harder than you think you can. You're going to have to work out harder than you think you can because honestly, no one ever got into amazing shape and remained comfortable at the same time. Change is not comfortable. If you're comfortable, you're not changing. I don't know what else to say. So you know what? Guess what, boo? We're going to do a plank together. Yeah, that's right. It's not comfortable. But you want to get fit? This is what it takes. So do me a fucking favor. I want you to get on the floor, get a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, who gives a fuck? Let's just do a simple 1-minute plank together. Just 1 minute. Okay, that's all. If a 1-minute plank is too easy, well, then stay in the plank for the rest of the motherfucking podcast. But if it's not too easy, if you're not used to doing planks, then I want you to get on the floor. We're going to start now. I'm going to walk you through it. Don't worry. Don't worry. We got this. We're going to start in 5, in 4. Get into position, boo. Yeah, I'm talking to you. 3, 2, 1. Now do me a favor. Bring your butt down. Squeeze your butt. Bring your shoulders so that they're right above your hands. This is not easy, okay? But if it was easy, everybody would do it. So do me a favor. Squeeze your abs, squeeze your butt. Bring yourself forward so that your shoulders are right above your wrists. And we've only got 40 seconds left. And I want you to think right now about who you would do this for. Who could you do a 1-minute plank for? By the way, we only have 30 seconds left. I don't want you to do this for yourself. We can't do things for ourselves that we can do for other people. So when I count us down, I want you to keep thinking about that person's face. Close your eyes, think about that person's face. We have literally 15 seconds left, so I'm going to count us down right now. We got 10, 9, you got this, 8, smile, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, motherfucking 1. Yeah, that's right, boo. That was a minute plank. And that was hard because I've already done many planks today. So I go to hot yoga, and this is not all about me, I promise. But let me just tell you, I go to hot yoga, and there's so many chaturangas and so many planks, so many side planks, forearm planks. Oh, horrible. Okay, so how did that feel? How did that feel? Did you give up? Because, by the way, if you gave up, that's why you can't lose weight, because you keep giving up. Planks are such a great metaphor for life. It's amazing. You know, use fitness to find out where your mind is at. If you have a strong mental toughness ability, if you have a strong mind, you will be able to have a strong body. But if you have a weak mind, you'll have a very weak body. You're not going to find somebody with a very strong, fit body that has a weak fucking mindset. Why? Because it's hard to get fit. But guess what? You can do hard fucking things. So do me a favor. If you didn't finish that 1-minute plank, rewind this right now and get your shit together. And I want you to do it like you mean it. And I want you to picture that person that you could possibly get motivated for. Who are you getting fit for? Who do you love more than you love yourself? Close your eyes and see them and say to yourself, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this for you. Maybe they're living and maybe they're not. Me, I do it for my sister. My sister could never get on the floor and do a plank. She was paralyzed on her left side. She was in a wheelchair. She would love to do a plank, I'm sure. She would love to be fit. She would love to dance and run and swim and hike and do all types of things. She wasn't able to. So every time I want to give up, I think about my sister and I keep going. Who could you do this for? Because you clearly can't do it for yourself, or else you would have already done it. Rewind this and do that plank again if you didn't. Number 2, sleep. Depending on how much I sleep, I can go up and down 10 pounds. If I don't get to sleep, which I gotta say, I am definitely not a good example of this. I'm not a good example of prioritizing sleep, but it's something I'm working on. Okay, so like last night I was up till 2:30 in the morning working, and that's not good because I definitely see it in my body when I don't sleep enough. You can gain up to 10 pounds just by being sleep deprived, and you can lose 10 pounds just by getting better sleep. You gotta prioritize sleep. The hours between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. are the deepest rest that you will get. When are you sleeping by 10 p.m.? It's your life. It's your body. When are you going to prioritize it? You're listening to this podcast for a reason, because you're interested in living a better, healthier life. You're interested in following your dreams and finding out why you're here and living a life worth living. So why don't you start by taking care of yourself and prioritizing your sleep? The best way to get to bed early is to set alarms. So 2 hours before bed, have an alarm go off. An hour and a half before bed, have an alarm go off, reminding you that it's time to wind down for bed. It's time to do yoga for sleep. It's time to say your prayers and get your clothing ready for tomorrow. It's time to take a shower. It's time to clean up. It's time to organize. It's time to do the dishes. It's time to shut off your phone. If you can shut off your phone an hour before bed, you'll have the best sleep of your life. The best sleep of your life. But don't just take my word for it. Try it out. Try it. It's absolutely unbelievable what these phones are doing to us. And number 3, eating after dark. No matter what you eat, eating after dark will contribute to weight gain. Okay? I believe that these 3 reasons are the reasons that you can be raw vegan and still not have the body of your dreams. Okay? Or be like, not have a really flat stomach or super toned arms, or like the body that you really want, because you can be very skinny and you won't have the body you want, because the body you want is a body that is strong and has a beautiful shape and is toned. You don't want to just lose weight. You want to be toned and fit and healthy looking, and you want to be vibrant and alive. And you want to feel good and feel confident. And the only way to feel confident in your body is to work out. You can't just lose weight, because then you'll be skinny fat, or fat skinny, whatever they call it. You don't want that. So what you want is, you want to work out at least 30 minutes a day, consistently, 6 days a week. And you want to keep doing it, even if you don't see results. Because if you stop before you see the results, you'll never see them. And if you stop when you see the results, you'll never keep them. So I want you to work out 30 minutes a day. I want you to prioritize your sleep, okay? And number 3, I want you to eat before it gets dark. The best time to eat is when the sun is out. So Paul Neeson wrote a book called The Daylight Diet, and it's a great book. You don't need it. All you need to do is eat when it's light out and stop eating when it's dark. And I know that can be hard, because some of us work really late hours, and I have no excuse. I work from home. Why am I eating last night at 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 p.m.? I made ice cream at midnight. I ate dinner at 11, and then I made ice cream at midnight. And why? The only reason is because of poor time management, and I guess that's it. Wanting to have fun with my roommate. But it doesn't make any sense at all. that I would compromise my health and my goals, because even though I'm eating healthy, I still gain weight when I eat very, very late at night, because then I don't digest my food, I don't sleep properly, and I hold on to excess weight. And so those are the 3 tips. Stop eating after dark. Brush your teeth, floss, water pick, brush your teeth. Shut down the kitchen. If you're really, really hungry, well, you got to eat more during the day. You shouldn't be hungry late at night. You're not eating enough fruit during the day. And if you've eaten enough, if you know you've eaten enough and you've had over 2,000 calories, okay, well then drink some tea. Drink some peppermint tea or some ginger tea. Call it a night. And then tomorrow wake up early and have a big smoothie or have a big fruit meal as soon as you get up because you're so hungry. But please understand that if you're starving yourself, you're going to be hungry. And what's going to happen is you're going to gain all the weight back. You cannot starve yourself. Being a healthy, fit human means eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're full. And of course, that's easier said than done. Of course. Why do you think most people are struggling with their weight and a food addiction? Most people have a food addiction and they just don't know it. Or maybe they know it, but they just don't know what to do. And that's why I started doing this course. Because at first I was doing a course on how to go raw. That was the first course the first group coaching course I did with Matt from Raw Intuition. But then I realized that everyone has a food addiction. Everyone that I'm connecting with and working with. And that's what I need to help people with. Because going raw is so easy. Once you release your food addiction, if you want to go raw, all you have to do is buy fruit and vegetables and eat those fruit and vegetables. It's that simple. Yeah, there's some tips and tricks and there's a learning curve, but that's the basis of the diet. It's not complicated, but releasing your food addiction and believing you are worthy and deserving of the body and the life and the health that you say you want, now that, helping women do that, that's why I was born. Yeah, I was born to introduce people to the raw food lifestyle, sure. Yeah, but that's not a challenge for me. It is challenging for me to convince women that they are worthy and deserving of the best fuel and prioritizing themselves and putting themselves first, working harder on themselves than they do on their job, than they do for their families and friends. Like, women are so nurturing and selfless. And it's like we're taking care of everyone and everything except ourselves. We will sacrifice, I swear, every woman is like Jesus. We will sacrifice our own life just for other people to be happy and healthy and for them to live. But what about us? What about us? So that's it. That's the episode. If you are someone who's struggling, you don't have to do this alone. You certainly can do it alone. I did it basically alone. I did have a mentor, and I had YouTube, but it would have been amazing if I could take a course that could help me understand why I was eating and why I couldn't break free from the chains of addiction. And I didn't know anyone with a food addiction, and so I felt so alone. My boyfriend didn't understand me, my mom, my sister, my best friend, my coworkers. Like, I would talk to people about this, but unless you have a food addiction, you cannot understand it. And it's something I talk to them about after the fact, by the way. Like, when I went raw, I would talk about it because, while having a food addiction, it's not really something you talk about. It's an addiction, and all addiction thrives in isolation. It's not really something that you openly talk about. But I have to tell you, after over a decade of being free from guilt, being free from the shame and the prison that was my own mind, I can tell you right now that it's worth it. It's worth the sacrifice. It's worth being weird. It's worth looking weird. It's worth being asked in the grocery store, what am I going to do with all those grapes? It's worth going to dinner, eating before you go, and then having a crappy little salad when you get there. But by the way, this woman, Jane Sinclair, which I just interviewed yesterday on YouTube, she's a raw vegan EFT practitioner. She said she orders a salad at a restaurant. This is her like raw vegan tip. You order a salad and then you ask for an extra plate, an extra large plate, and you make your own salad in that plate. And so what she does is she brings her cucumbers, her tomatoes, her lettuce, her dressing, sprouts maybe, and she makes a big, big salad out of the tiny one that the restaurant gave her. And I just thought that was so genius. And I'm like, I can't wait to go to a restaurant now because I am definitely going to do that. I am 100% going to do that. And I'm excited. I never thought to do that. I always bring fruit. They don't have a problem with it. You know, I tell them I'm allergic to anything but fruit. What are they going to say? You and your friends can't eat here. My friends are going to buy food. Okay. You can't just go into a restaurant alone and say this, but I always bring my own fruit, or I eat before I go. And then I order a tiny little salad that I really like, that will fill up a fucking rabbit, you know, like 5-calorie salad. And, you know, I just don't eat. I don't enjoy myself. Or I've had tea before, because there's been some places where, like I remember going out with my mom and Awa and my godmother and her friend Barbara, who recently passed away due to the food she ate. So I remember going to the restaurant, and it was like a restaurant that, you know, they don't even have a salad. And like the only thing that I could possibly get was French fries, but like I don't eat French fries, so that was like the only vegan thing. So that's what Awa got. And I don't eat those things. And so I got tea. And of course everyone's like feeling slightly uncomfortable, but that's their problem. I'm willing to bet you that they're feeling uncomfortable while they're eating in front of me, and then they're going to feel uncomfortable later because they're going to have diarrhea or gas or bloating or feeling an upset stomach. And this is just a constant state in most people's lives. You just don't feel good all the time because of what they fucking eat. And so I'd rather them feel uncomfortable than me feel uncomfortable. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't feel uncomfortable if I'm having tea. I don't even want the tea, guys. I don't even drink tea, but I had to get something. I felt pressure to get something, but I didn't even want the tea. And I wasn't uncomfortable at all. I was taking photos of them. I was doing stuff on my phone. I was having conversation with them. I was showing them stuff and like, you know, just going along to get along, but I wasn't going to hurt myself in the process. And so all that sacrifice of going to restaurants and looking like the weird one, and, you know, going on dates, and, you know, going to vegan restaurants, ordering a salad, and then bringing my own dressing, looking like crazy. Well, if you're on a date with someone, you got to let them know who you are right off the bat. Okay? Right off the bat. I don't really eat the food at restaurants. That's why I'm trying to open my own. So, yeah. Here's a salad, great, but I brought my own dressing because there's pretty much no restaurant I know of that has raw vegan dressings. Like, even the raw vegan restaurants have oil and salt in their dressings, and I don't eat those things. So that's that. Let them know who you are early on, and if the person doesn't like that you bring your own dressing, then you guys are not compatible. That's that. I think that's it. I think that's the podcast. Kind of went in a different direction because I'm here talking to myself. Hopefully, Spotify will let me add Barbie to the next episode. I don't really know what happened, but there was an update on the app, so maybe that's the issue. The update doesn't support podcasters collaborating anymore. But hey, we'll see. Thank you guys so much for listening. And if you liked this episode, please do me a favor and subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcast. I'd really appreciate it if you liked it. If you don't like it, then don't do nothing. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, boo.